Found out. My kid's stealing from my wallet. So I did this. So the other day, I was short on cash again. This wasn't the first time, and honestly, I was getting fed up. I decided to count the money in my wallet every morning before heading out to work, just to see if it was me being forgetful or something else. Turns out, I wasn't losing my mind. I'd leave with $60 and come back with $40. This went on for a week. My wallet was hemorrhaging cash, and I had no idea why. "Grace," I called my wife as I paced around the kitchen, "have you been taking money from my wallet?" She looked up from her magazine, her brow furrowed. "No, why would I? You know I have my own money." I believed her. Grace had always been straightforward about finances, but if it wasn't her, then who? My mind raced, and then it hit me. Could it be Logan? Logan, my 16-year-old son, had been acting a bit off lately. Moody, secretive, spending more time out than usual. I decided to test my theory. The next day, I marked a $20 bill with a tiny dot using a permanent marker. If it disappeared, I'd know it wasn't just my imagination. I went about my day as usual, but my mind was constantly on that damn $20 bill. When I got home that evening, I checked my wallet. The marked bill was gone. My heart sank and anger boiled inside me. I stormed up to Logan's room, not bothering to knock. "Logan, we need to talk, now." He was lying on his bed, earphones in, but he pulled them out when he saw the look on my face. "What's up, Dad?" "Don't what's up me. Have you been taking money from my wallet?" His eyes widened and he stammered, What? No! Why would you even think that?" I pulled out the remaining cash from my wallet and showed him. "Because I marked a bill, and it's gone. You're the only one who could have taken it." Logan's face turned red and he looked away. I didn't mean to. I just needed it for something." "For what, Logan? Drugs? Alcohol? What the hell are you doing with my money?" He shook his head vehemently. "No, it's nothing like that. I needed it for school stuff." "School stuff? Then why not ask me or your mom? Why steal from me?" "I didn't think you'd give it to me," he mumbled, barely audible. That night, I couldn't sleep. Logan stealing from me felt like a punch to the gut. He'd always been a good kid. What had changed? I decided to investigate further. Maybe there was more to this than I understood. The next morning, I followed him after school, keeping a safe distance. He met up with a group of kids, some of whom I recognized from the neighborhood. They weren't the type I wanted Logan hanging out with. They went to a rundown arcade, and I watched from across the street. Logan handed something to one of the boys. My blood ran cold when I saw the flash of cash. My cash. I confronted him when he got home. "Logan, I followed you today." He froze. "You what?" "I saw you give money to those kids at the arcade. Why, Logan? Why are you doing this?" Tears welled up in his eyes and he sank onto the couch. "I owe them, Dad. They helped me out when I got into trouble, and now they're making me pay them back." "Trouble? What kind of trouble?" He hesitated before confessing. I crashed my bike into Mr. Henderson's car. He said he wouldn't tell you if I paid for the damages. But it was more than I had, so I borrowed from those kids, and now they want it back." I was livid. Mr. Henderson, that slimy bastard, blackmailing my kid, and those kids taking advantage of him. I could barely contain my rage, but I needed to stay calm for Logan's sake. "Why didn't you come to me, Logan? We could have worked something out." "I was scared, Dad. I didn't want you to be disappointed in me." I pulled him into a hug. "I'm more disappointed that you didn't trust me enough to tell me. We're a family, Logan. We face things together." The next day, I went to see Mr. Henderson. I marched right up to his door and knocked, fists clenched. "John, what brings you here?" he asked with that fake smile plastered on his face. "You know damn well why I'm here. You've been blackmailing my son." His smile faltered. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb with me, Henderson. I know about the car and the money. You're going to drop this, and you're going to leave my kid alone, or we're going to have a real problem. He glared at me, but eventually he relented. Fine, just keep him out of trouble. With that taken care of, I went to the arcade. I found the kids Logan had been hanging out with and made it clear they were to leave him alone. They tried to act tough, but they backed down when they saw I wasn't messing around. With the immediate threats neutralized, I sat down with Logan and Grace that evening. We needed a plan to rebuild trust and make sure this never happened again. Logan, you're going to work off what you took, I said. You can do extra chores around the house and help out more. But more importantly, you need to talk to us. We're here to help, not to judge. He nodded, tears in his eyes. I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't mean for things to get so out of hand. I know, son. We'll get through this together. It wasn't easy, but over the next few weeks, things slowly started to improve. Logan took responsibility for his actions, and we made a conscious effort to communicate better as a family. It was a hard lesson for all of us, but it brought us closer in the end. Update. A few months after the whole ordeal, Logan came home with a big grin on his face. Dad, you won't believe it. I got a part-time job at the bookstore downtown. That's great, Logan. I'm proud of you. He'd been looking for ways to earn his own money and avoid any more trouble. It was a step in the right direction, and I couldn't have been happier for him. Logan's been doing great at his job. He's more responsible, and our relationship has never been better. Grace and I even got a thank you card from his boss, praising Logan's work ethic and attitude. Looking back, the whole situation was a nightmare, but it taught us all valuable lessons. We're stronger as a family now, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. Comments. Mystic Fire. Wow, that was intense. Glad you guys worked it out. Logan seems like a good kid deep down. OPs. Reply. Thanks, Mystic Fire. He really is. Just needed a little guidance. Angry Panda. Damn, that Mr. Henderson guy is a real piece of work. Glad you stood up to him. OP's reply. Yeah, he's a piece of work, all right. Just glad it's over. Glitter Unicorn 123. This story gives me hope. My teen's been acting up too. Maybe we just need to communicate better. OP's reply. Hang in there, Glitter Unicorn 123. Communication is key. It's tough, but it's worth it. Truth Seeker. Your kid's a thief, and you're making excuses for him. Pathetic. OP's reply. Not making excuses, just trying to help him learn from his mistakes. Dark Knight. Rises. Good job, OP. It takes guts to handle things like this head on. Thanks, Dark Knight Rises. Just doing what I had to for my family. Red Dragon 83. Family is everything. Glad you didn't give up on your son. OP's reply. Absolutely. Never giving up on family. In the end, it was a wild ride, but it brought us closer. Family is messy, complicated, and sometimes painful, but it's worth every bit of effort.